Hello, this is Nicola. As you're probably wondering, why are we back here again? Well, apparently, a few days ago, this mod collection was updated, and I had an older version. And that version, this version actually adds the anarchist defense system, which is a carrier command wing overhaul mod. I don't really use it that much, but I guess it wouldn't hurt to, since I didn't really make any progress anyway, I suppose I might as well just update and start over. And yeah, we still we are starting as the Xenon invader still. We are in our LX currently. We are docked at the Xenon station. We're going to undock now. I think this will be a good time to come on, dock. I think this will be a good time to explain some of the plugins that are currently in it. Well, first off, when you start with this mod collection, you actually, the first thing you probably want to do is save the game and then reload, because some of the mods actually require a reload to install, like the anarchist defense system and the life plugin. Anyway, we're going to go over and check out some of these plugins. This will probably be the video where we check them out. And now, a lot of these plugins actually require you to, I don't know why that's, I don't want that. But yeah, a lot of these plugins actually require you to bind certain keys. There is a lot, I mean, a lot of the keys are currently in use for other multiple things, although I think the number keys are mostly the ones that are never really used. Anyway, here's the plugins for life, which is life configuration, kind of self-explanatory. Nearest astronaut, which I believe targets the nearest astronaut or something. Show news, which basically shows news across the universe, which I believe actually isn't made up stuff. I mean, a lot of the stuff is actually based on actual events, either out of sector or in sector. And squelch audio, because I think life actually adds audio to space combat, like pilots saying things whenever they kill something or level up, which there is a, which I believe ships level up. I mean, yeah, ships level up in this. Well, the pilots do, really. Okay, global administration, admin menu. Well, we are going to go over and put in some of these keys and try to go over all these plugins. First, let's go over the life one, because that is actually the one that adds more life to the universe. And let's see, configuration. I think I'll put that at 0. Or minus. I'm surprised that actually has a control and not the zoom. Okay. Nearest astronaut, I don't really need that. There's really no reason to have that if you have a transporter device. You just pick up astronauts that way. Show news. Yeah, we definitely kind of want that one. So we're gonna go over and put that as a bracket. I don't really care much about squelch audio right now. We will probably need that in case we keep getting talked over. Global administration, the admin menu. I honestly don't know what this is, but I'll check it out. ADS. Again, the ADS is basically like a carrier command overhaul. I mean, it also makes wings more useful. Oh, and improved races comm system. Oh yeah, also improved races is in this, which is a race overhaul. I mean, you can go over and do all sorts of things with them. I mean, like, you can go over and configure the races, and it's a little bit complicated to explain. I'll go over and get to it when I talk about that. I'll go over and set it to this. I don't know if it's useful or anything. Commercial agent, commodity logistics. Well, commercial agent if I recall, you can go over and set station agents to your stations, or I think also other races stations as well, and try to keep their stations productivity alive by having your ship buy resources for them that they need. Because chances are you probably want that product. Commodity logistics, I don't really know what that is. Economy trader, don't really know what that is. Equipment manager. Prospector, which I assume involves mining. Activate, search it up. Now, here's another important mod, which we'll probably want to go over and find right now. We're probably going to we're going to go over and activate this right now. And then we're just going to remove the control, because bounce is extremely important. Bounce, what it basically does is has, you see, the AI pathfinding in this, in the X series in general, they're kind of typically stupid, where sometimes they'll actually ram, I mean, especially when Zeta is activated. Like, sometimes, ships may actually run into each other, and that will pretty much result in a fatal collision. And while this may not sound that important, it actually is, because it could happen to your ships as well. Or it could just happen to you, and you might accidentally run into something, pretty much resulting in a game over, because your ship's going to get destroyed. Because, oh yeah, in this game, if the pilot, well, if your ship, the ship that you're piloting is destroyed, it's game over. Hands down, it's game over. Other ships in your fleet, they can get destroyed with no consequence other than you losing your property. But if the ship you're piloting is destroyed, it's game over. No matter what. And that's the only real way to get a game over, because there's really no critical missions or anything. Most critical mission assets are under a certain protection where they're like invulnerable and such. Plot protection is the term I'm looking for. But I'm pretty sure that's pretty easy to figure out. Also, we just mounted a cheat menu. This is a very powerful cheating device in this game. You can use it, which, here's a menu. Well, we'll go switch our target to us. Well, you can use this to do many things, like, for one, add God mode to your ship, your current ship. Dock your ship pretty much, stock your ship to pretty much anywhere that is in the current sector, warp to any sector, super tune your ship, add any kind of wares to it, to your ship, as long as it can fit the wear, reload hull and shields, which basically completely restores your shields in hull, reveal all sectors is kind of self-explanatory. Add money to player count, again, self-explanatory. Set notoriety mount to race, which basically allows you to set your rank to a particular race. Like, for example, if you want to go over and, well, we ain't going to go over and use this, because we'll go, I don't want to cheat, but here's an example of what it's like. I mean, like, for example, if we want to go over and change our notoriety to a particular race, we can go over and select what, from -5 to 10, which is the highest. But since we are enemy of Federation, I'm not going to mess with that. Although, that's only for, like, already existing, notorieties. There are some notorieties, like the Xenon, which are that were added. You can't really, and you can't really do a specific rank set, because the Xenon were not originally a rank to begin with. They were always hostile and pretty much scripted to be. Yeah, more of the cheat menu. Add a blueprints HQ. Well, HQ has this ability where it can actually store ship blueprints that you get from either buying them from stations or reverse engineering ships. And HQ is a really expensive structure, and a rare one too. That, well, I think you can only really get it from a plot originally in X3, but I think you can actually buy them in Albion Prelude. I think so. Scan all asteroids in the sector, that's kind of self-explanatory. Well, asteroids, they typically have like minerals in them, and you can use them to you can just either mine from them directly, or if they are really rich in their yields, you could probably build a mining structure on them. Discover all objects in the encyclopedia. Okay, there's a in-game encyclopedia in this game. The encyclopedia basically tells you all these objects you have discovered so far, and only them. I mean, once you discover more, the amount increases. Like, for example, we only know the Banshee missile and the Mosquito missile. There are many more missiles in that. Same for lasers, shields, ship equipment, and pretty much everything else, including races. Like, for example, we got the Xenon and the Yaki, since we've encountered the Yaki in this sector before. Alright, what other things plugins we can... HepCorp. HepCorp, I believe, is... Well, normally you have to be in a... Like, for example, HepCorp Station Building Service. Well, normally you have to be in a sector to actually build stations at it. Whether it's by a TL you own or you rent. But I think with HepCorp Station Building Service, you can actually use it to build stations out of sector. At least I think that's what you can do with it. And it also makes station building much more simpler. Find ships in galaxy, life on/off hotkey. I'll probably add that to 7, I think. Apply. Pandora Injector. Pandora Injector is a little bit complicated to explain, but you see there is these certain crates located rarely throughout the universe, also dropped by spoiler ships that I won't mention until probably later, but what are these Pandora crates? Well, they basically are crates that super tune your well, they basically add upgrades to your ship, like rudder optimization, engine tuning, and cargo bay extension. Those are the 3 main ship upgrades. Well, normally there's a cap for these upgrades that a station can install, but with the with Pandora crates of a specific upgrade, you can tune up your ship even more with it. Now, the Pandora Injector, I believe, pretty much ejects these Pandora crates from an already existing ship. Like if you want to put these Pandora crates on a different ship. That's kind of useful, but not really useful for us at the moment. Plug-in configurations, that would probably be important. Ooh, cloak device. That's another mod that this collection adds, a cloaking device. I don't really know what it is because it's in Russian. Oh, reinforcement call. That's another thing we can go over and talk about right away. No. Controls. whatever, just maybe minus. No, I don't want that. Remove that. There we go, minus. Now, what are reinforcement calls? Well, reinforcement calls allow you to call for reinforcements of a specific race, such as Argon, Boron, Paranid, Yaki, Xenon, pretty much all of the major and maybe a few minor races. However, you need at least a rank 6 to call for reinforcements, and the reinforcements require no less than 5 million credits. Now, depending on how many credits you spend on your reinforcements, you could get some either a pretty weak amount of fighters to maybe capital ships if you spend a lot of resources or a lot of credits on your reinforcement call. Alright, let's go see what other plugins that we can talk about. And then there's the cloak device. I don't think the ship has a cloaking device on it. I can go over and check and see. No, this ship does not have a cloaking device on it. Even, I mean, there is a wear on the ship called SS Wear SW New 12. I don't know what this wear is. It doesn't have a info to it, so I don't really know how it works. Honestly, don't really care either. Anyway, let's actually cover the life plugin. What was the control for that again? I set to. Well, there's also. We'll check out configuration 7. Is it on right now? Okay, life is enabled. We didn't. That wasn't even enabled. Anyway, here's life. You can go over and it's basically an overhaul that allows you to. I mean, that brings more life to the universe, and put simpler terms. Now, there's a lot of configuration to this, like audio levels, explosions. Yeah, there's also explosions in this. Like, if a capital ship gets destroyed, anything that's near it is going to take damage. Well, at least shield damage, I believe. And if you are near it, it's going to shake up your screen. And set off sirens. Now, leveling, as AI pilots kill things, they will eventually gain levels, which makes them have, I think, better maneuverability or survivability. Not really sure. Missions, I don't really know what those. Then there's the news. I think we should cover the news system right now. Here's the news system. There's your basic simple news with here's your filler news that doesn't really cover much of anything important, but there's also the breaking news, which actually does have accurate stuff. Like, there isn't really anything here because I don't think we can really see any news whilst we're in this sector. Station headlines and trade headlines. Okay, trade headlines. Apparently, there is trade headlines, and one of them is Core 023 sector, which has a surplus in energy cells, repair laser, and water. But they're all average price. Well, currently average price. Tiers agreed, which is tiers agreed. Nvidium. Family. Well, we won't be able to even get into the sectors anyway because they are hostile sectors. Tiers agreed is owned by the Teladi, and Family Legit is owned by the Split. Oh yeah, speaking of repair laser, let's go and eject from the ship. Also, right away, this doesn't really make any sense either because Xenon are typically not supposed to have any pilots. But apparently, as this start, you still have a pilot. Anyway, when you're in your when you are spacewalking or outside your ship, you only have like one laser weapon. Well, it's not really a weapon. It is a repair laser. It is used to repair the hulls of your ships. Now let's go back in. Also, the transporter device allows you to enter ships from like 10 kilometers, I believe 10 kilometers away. If you did not have the transporter device, you would have to be like 50 meters away from a ship to enter it.